Ah yes, Super Smash Bros. This is where it all began. This is the first game in what is now one of Nintendo's most popular franchises. In my opinion, as much as any gaming fan would say that you can't go wrong with Mario, nor can you go wrong with any of the games in the Smash Bros. Franchise. In fact, I say it's a must for any owner of a Nintendo 64, GameCube, or Wii. Not to mention that the upcoming installment for the Wii U and 3DS is something you must absolutely keep your eye out for. If you've been living under a rock, Super Smash Bros. Pits Nintendo's most iconic characters against each other in a free-for-all fighter that's sure to please any kind of gamer. Does that warrant purchasing the original N64 game for Virtual Console? Well, why not? Nintendo fans will feel right at home with all the Nintendo stuff found in Super Smash Bros. Compared with some other top N64 titles of the time, like Zelda Ocarina of Time and Super Mario 64, the game's visuals don't look too bad, just only slightly under par of those of such N64 masterpieces. Some of the voice soundbites you hear from the characters are more or less the same exact soundbites you would hear in their respective games. And at the most, the game's musical score is welcoming to both die-hard Nintendo fans and noobs at the most, consisting mainly of both Nintendo franchise theme songs, as well as some new tunes. I should also give props to the guy who did the voiceover for the game's announcer, adding an extra layer of awesomeness to the game. Every match of Smash Bros. Is an action-packed free-for-all fighting match where the goal is, in a stock match, to eliminate each of your opponent's lives before they eliminate yours, or in a timed match, score the most points by knocking out your opponents more often than you are. Each player is enabled to use a combination of A-button attacks, which include regular and smash attacks, and B-button attacks, which are character-specific special attacks. It's up to each player to take advantage of each character's strengths and weaknesses if they want to be viable fighters and potential winners. For example, Kirby is one of the two only characters in the game that can fly, thus giving them a better vertical, and Donkey Kong and Samus are the only two characters whose B-button attack gets stronger the longer they charge. In addition, the players have access to a wide range of items that could in one way or another turn the tide of battle. Different from other fighting games is that instead of health gauges for each character, you'll find percentage values. The higher the number, the more likely the character can get knocked out of the ring. How does this unique style of fighting game gameplay make the game so much fun? Well, note that in other fighting games, each character would have to deplete their opponent's HP gauge to 0, thus ending the game. The thing with the HP gauges is that when a character's gauge is low, you know that the fight will soon end. Smash Bros.' percentage system takes away that sense of the end of a fight and replaces it with the sense that just because having a high percentage rate makes you most likely to get knocked out doesn't mean that you will be right away. In addition, while most fighting games encourage complex moves and combo moves, Smash Bros.' control system is easy for even novice gamers to get used to, while at the same time encourages strategic manipulation of each character's arsenal of moves. Let's see if I can play through as Pikachu. Along with free-for-all or team battle versus mode, the one-player mode puts you in the midst of 14 stages that include matches against each of the initial 8 playable characters, as well as some surprises along the way. In this mode, you can expect an 18-piece Yoshi team, a giant Donkey Kong, an 8-piece Kirby team, a Metal Mario, a 30-piece fighting Polygon team, and a boss called Master Hand who can do pretty much anything. Aside from the one-player game mode, you can complete the bonus stage practice challenges for each of the characters available. In fact, 4 of the 12 playable characters can be unlocked when you meet certain conditions in the game. For example, Luigi, one of my personal favorite Nintendo characters ever, can be unlocked after completing the bonus Practice 1 challenge for each of the initial 8 characters. There isn't too much stuff to replay this game for, but if there was one reason why me and my friends back then would come back to this game, it's to duke it out in free-for-all mode to see who gets bragging rights afterwards. And it still is, and will always be a reason why gamers will play Smash Bros. For years to come. Sure, since the game was released on an older console, Super Smash Bros. Knows its limits. But even though newer installments such as Melee, Brawl, and the upcoming Wii U and 3DS installments promise to be miles better than the original N64 game, it's a game that no one could go wrong with. And that's why Super Smash Bros., rated E for cartoon violence, gets an excellent 9 out of 10.
Congratulations!